Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to the show you love to hear and the show you love to watch. This is Leadership 360 on your darling station. My name is Ajayi-Ope. I've caught a big fish today, and it's no other person than Otumba Christopher Alao Akala, the former governor of Oyo State, who is presently seeking re-election into the state office. Otumba, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. The incoming governor of Oyo State.
Well, I must be careful about my language. So, viewers, you heard him.
Yes.
He insisted that he change the nomenclature.
No, I didn't say you should change it. I'm just telling the world that I'm the incoming governor of Oyo State. You don't need to change it.
All right, sir.
Keep that to yourself, so that you'll be safe. Ethically, that your ethics are not in there. So just keep that to yourself.
Thank you very much, sir.
By the grace of God, the incoming governor of Oyo State.
All right, sir. Now, can we get to know the man Alao Akala, especially the man that is not the governor or the incoming governor?
Yes. Thank you very much. Bayo Alao Akala was born almost 65 years ago. And, attended school, lived like a normal child. Went to school. Most interesting thing about me was that I've also got a salary as a teacher. Before joining the police as a cadet inspector. When I joined the police as a cadet, I then got another posting. Got exposed while in the service, and got to know a lot of people while in the service. I had a lot of staff officers' job while in the police. And I enjoyed my stay in police until I retired in 1995 and moved into politics. And since then, I've been in politics. I was elected as the local government chairman in 1998. In 2003, I was elected with Senator Ajayi-Ope as the deputy governor. Again in 2007, I was elected governor. And now I'm seeking for re-election as a governor again. So that is the background.
Thank you, sir. A very eventful life you had lived.
Yes.
And for a man in his 60s, it seems as if you've never taken a break at all. How do you rest?
I rest whenever I want to rest. Whatever is in my mind to make me happy, I was doing it. I've been doing it. And one thing about me is this. I try to wake up when my body wakes up. I don't force myself to wake up. And I make sure that I rest a lot. And I enjoy to have my family around me to relax. And I'm a social person. I attend social activities. And that's all. I try to make sure that I don't stress myself anyhow. And I travel a lot.
Yes, Otumba.
Yes, please.
That was a very interesting life you had reeled out for me.
Yes.
And it could be very, very busy. Before now, we sent out people and we sent out questions that people should ask you on Facebook. And I would really want to cut to the chase on that. One Abisad Ventures, Multi-Ventures, asked me to ask you this. He said, why are you seeking re-election? What have you forgotten at the government house that you are now coming back to pick? Or better still, he said, why don't you seek a re-election as a senator like most governors do?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I want you to remember something. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are doing in life, try to do it good. Try to do it very well, and try to do it with the fear of God. Because somebody somewhere is writing and they are looking at what you are doing. I think it's as a result of my performance between 2007 and 2011 in governance of this state that made some people, the good people in APC and the good people in PDP decided to form a party which they call Labour Party. They've gotten a vehicle. They now needed a driver to drive the vehicle. And let's look at it. This vehicle they gotten to drive, they need an experienced person to do it for them. Somebody who have been there before. This is somebody who have been tested and trusted. Somebody who can do the job the way they want it to be done. So they approached me. A lot of them. Phone calls, letters, email, and everything. They are, please, Akala, we've done this thing before. This thing is going wrong. Something is going wrong in the state now. We want you to come and correct it. And when they came to me, who am I to say no? If it is the wish of the people. And that's what we are seeing in our campaign all around, the acceptability of the people of the state. Because I was called to come and contest. And since I still have that constitutional right to contest, I have to jump on the opportunity. And that is why I'm there. You see, in the Senate, I will not be able to be useful to the people of your state. I can only be useful to myself and my senatorial district. And as such, I will not be able to be useful to the entire Oyo State. And that's why they asked me to come back and be the governor of Oyo State. You see, governance in Oyo State is not just for a newcomer. It's for people who have experience. And they've seen that among the people, if you look at those of us contesting, among the people there, I am the most experienced politician. And to do this job very well, you have to have experience in governance. So this, the cumulative of the good things of the past now informed those people who came to meet me and pushed me forward that I should be there. And that's why I'm really there. Since I still have the constitutional right to lead, to be the governor of Oyo State, I can't do that in the Senate. I will not be helpful to anybody in the Senate. I can only be useful to myself alone and to the nation. Good.
Thank you, sir. Well, that's a very good one. You want to be very useful to the people of Oyo State, and you will be able to deliver only if you come back as a governor. Now, the next question is, what exactly would you do differently from what you've done before as a governor?
So let me tell you one thing. There's one thing I'm going to do differently. I know Oyo State very well. Like I told you at the beginning of this program, that I've been tested and trusted. I know what the people want. I know where the soup pinches, and I know what I should give to the grassroots people. And as such, I'm not going to do anything different. The only thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to make sure that what I've done before, I'm going to do it better. What I've done before, I am going to do it better. I will concentrate on human development, making life more abundant for the people of Oyo State. Let them make sure that they are always happy, whole smile on their faces. And that's exactly what they want. They don't want any other thing. And because of the knowledge of Oyo State, that again, I want to say this, with all humility, none of them knows Oyo State the way I know Oyo State. None of them. These I've done, it's just experience that you cannot, it's something that you have to go through. I've gone through all these things. So I'm not just talking for talking sake. So, and as such, a lot of things will be done. Okay, take for instance, it takes anybody that knows Oyo State. Igana really road that I made. Nobody told me. I knew the place was very bad. So, and we have to fix it. And it was on my priority list that, look, come what rain, comes or shine, I must fix that road. Igana were related to Ajayi-Ope road. That's supposed to be there's a town called Ajayi-Ope at the end of the road. That's the border town in Oyo State. People don't know anything about it. That town called Ajayi-Ope has a police barracks, has a custom barracks, has an immigration barracks. It is an official, it's just like what Seme is to Lagos State and what Idiroko is to Ogo State. That's what Ajayi-Ope is to Oyo State. Oh. The people don't know anything about that. So I decided that, look, for me, it is a federal road, yes, but for God's sake, not the people living there are just the people, indigenous. So I have to make sure that I fix that road. And that's exactly what I need. It takes somebody who knows Oyo State very well to know the importance of that road. Because there will be
transborder trade.
Transborder trade. And again, before then, there have been there. When I was finishing that road, I wrote to the Federal Ministry of Commerce that they should please establish an international market around that area. So these are some of the things that I know that some of my colleagues or my
contestants
that I don't know. So for God's sake, what I am going to do, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do anything differently, but I'm going to consolidate on what I've known about Oyo State and what I know that people will be happy about, and that is good governance, accountability, transparency. When I was there the other time, there was what I called Ekpade Gomina. Yes. I used to interact with the people of Oyo State. Tell me what you think. It was a monthly program. Tell me what am I doing well? I'm getting feedback for them. That's good. That's what I think is good governance. What I'm doing, have I done anything wrong? I don't look. Go and ask the staff of BCS. I don't censor. I was not censoring the phone calls, and not even the phone calls. You can even write me, and you must get reply if you write me, because we don't put letters. If you ask for anything, whether negative or positive, I must give you results. So good governance, I'm going to give them good governance.
The next question I want to ask you is, I guess this person must have been a civil servant. Tunde Adewale wrote and said we should ask the governor to be incoming governor, why did he force civil servants to refund the Christmas 13th month bonus given when you assumed the office in your first tenure?
No. Let me allow you to get it right. The first tenure, the tenure they're talking about was not when I was 2007, 2011. What they're talking about was in 2005, a circular went out that they should be giving 13 months salary, their basic salary for 13 months. That was in 2005. They were not paid. If you look at that circular very well, that circular says that money was returnable. They didn't say that aspect. Everybody jumped at that 13 months salary. And that money was not deducted immediately, at once. It was over 12 months that they deducted that 13 months salary. It wasn't a bonus. They don't know this. See, that's one thing that I was not very happy about. They did not know this. The circular they sent was that they will give them 13 months salary. Then over the months, they will not pay. They will not repay the something. I just found myself as a governor in January 2006. I did not know what was happening. The circular was already gone to whoever is preparing their pay. So they know what to do from January or February that year. So that was none of my business. So they did it without even any recourse to me. There wasn't any instruction from me that deduct the money from their salary. It was done automatically because the instruction I also always been giving: pay them 13 months salary, deduct so amount from their salary for the next 12 months. I resume in January. As what I would now refer to as acting governor.
Yes.
Because the Supreme Court has ruled that while my boss was away, I was acting for him. That was the diamond. That was the time it happened. Not another thing. In 2006, he didn't pay 13 months salary. And he was already on the he would have even used that to rubbish me. Because in December, he was already governor, he was already a governor again. I was just there for 11 months. And in December, he was already a governor again. So why didn't he pay in 2006? He didn't pay anybody in 2006. And what he did that time was that he thought he was going to run an election. He thought he was going to run for a real election. So in 2006 now, knowing fully well that he was not going for any election in 2007, did he pay anything? So it was a great gift to the civil servants. Yeah, so what they should call that was 13 months salary. Then nobody paid any 13 months salary. He did not want to pay any 13 months salary.
So will you say that there has not been any payment of 13 months salary in Oyo State?
There was a 13 months salary paid. with the a proviso that they will deduct the money back from the salary instrumentally, which they did automatically without any recourse to me as the government then, and to anybody in government, because the deduction has already reflected.
So it was basically a civil service procedure.
You got it. You got it. I can't take money from anybody. I can't take money to pay paper, but I can't say this to pay that. So they should go and check their discipline. That is the level of Takusha.
All right.
So no,
thank you.
So, but let me now say this to you. I've told the workers, I've met all of them. They should expect goodies. They should expect better things to happen to them. It has happened. There was a salary grade I left before I left. I paid before I left. The man couldn't pay again, and it was inverted. By the grace of God, if I come, they should expect good times. They expect the civil servants. Well, and the teachers too.
Well, unfortunately, Otumba has used part of our program to sensitize and harmonize his campaign.
No, not only that.
I think I should warn you that you don't campaign on this.
Okay, I'm not campaigning, but what you are asking me now is a sort of what the question you asked me has to be clarified very well, so that people will not mistake. They will not take my answer for granted. I have their interest attacked, and I will always protect their interests.
All right. Thank you very, very, very much. Yes, Otumba Alao Akala. Today, the CBN officially devalued the naira to 198 naira to $1. This, amongst many other reasons, is as a result of the dwindling oil prices. When you were there, it was good times. But these are hard times for the economy and especially for the state. We are not an oil-producing state. How are you planning for the state to survive?
Thank you very much for that question. Because I'm a child of God, when I get back there again, God will provide what I'm going to use to govern this Oyo state. But let me say this. You see, the mono economy that we put ourselves into, depending solely on oil, maybe this is the time God wants it to stop. In the sense that we have all of that things that we can use in boosting our economy. First, in those good old days of our forebears, we are having agro-based economy. Agriculture was just in front. It was actually in the front burner. We used agri to do a lot of things. If you remember, Cocoa House was built.
That's true.
With the cocoa money. Don't forget about the pyramids of the brought in Kano. The oil produced in the eastern part of this country, which was even we were even told that some Malaysians came to take some seedlings of this oil palm to Malaysia, and they are now even producing more than us. Those who came here to borrow, because we've neglected a lot of things that have to do with agriculture. We are focused now mainly on oil, forgetting that the oil can dry up one day. What is happening now is a warning that we should go back to farm. I have a solution to it. Luckily for me, in this part of this country, we have a lot of land that will not be cultivated. We use our land. We make sure that we encourage and motivate our farmers to grow most of the products that we can take outside this country. Cocoa, for instance, a lot of us has forgotten all about cocoa. And it is very, very important. In those days, there used to be what we call cocoa marketing board. Cocoa marketing board was the way the government, that was the source of government for in those days. Cocoa marketing board, we determine what the price of cocoa will be next year. Then the farmers will now be working towards it, knowing fully that they're going to get more money to make sure that they get good yielding from their farm. And this is what we're using. That's what we're using. And we're all living fine. So what we should do now is that we encourage more people to come to farming.
Okay.
Not only the farmers, we encourage more people to come to farming. And it's like, I'm a farmer. You are not a farmer. If you see me making money from farming, you come and meet me to tell me, to ask me, oh boy, how are you doing now? Actually, I want to be a farmer. Set up this agricultural settlement all over the places.
Okay.
Tell them what they can produce, what government can buy from them, and be the person that will sell it to them. Those are some of the things we will do. When they go back to the farm, in going back to the farm, a lot of people will be employed in that process. First, whatever they sell, they will sell it to people who will package it. Those people that are packaging it to will be selling to somebody. And that will now bring employment to a lot of people on that line. And not only that, we also make sure that we train the people that will be what we used to call agricultural extension. That will be managing their farm with government, telling there will be a sort of between the government and the farmers, who will now help them to get all the implements that they use to get more yielding from their farms. I'm talking of the tractors, the seeds, hybrid seeds, and what do you call it? This fertilizer whole. In those days, our farmers used to do, our Baba used to do what they call shifting cultivation. They cultivate this farm this year, they move to another land, they move to another land. But because of lack of land now, we can also do organic way of planting something. Anything organic is always better than that of fertilizer. But that does it. A lot of implements will be sold. People will be beginning implements. Meaning that we have a lot of farmers now. A lot of farm implements we brought into the country. And that was another source of money for other people. Intensifying our IGR is making sure that when I came on board 2010 to 11, the IGR of your state was less than 250 million. Before I left, it was over 1 billion naira. So these are some of the things that I will do to make sure that I encourage the people who are supposed to pay their tax to pay as at 20. And this will help a lot of this will help the government a lot to raise all the money accruable for all these sources will help us to govern the state. In
essence, through the encouragement of agriculture, you will increase all the value chains around agricultural.
Exactly. And that will give us future. It will give us future because we don't know what will happen to oil. We have been enjoying oil money for some time now, and anything can happen. Anything can happen. But if we know very well that nobody can take our land from us, and if we plant, we will get people to buy, then we encourage the farmers to do more. There must always be an alternative, a standby alternative to whatever you are doing.
All right, sir. Otumba, I would love to go to national issues now, but before I go, sitting with you, I enjoy your name, your personality. But how come the perspective about you is that you are a violent man?
You see, in politics, when you cannot measure up to your opponent, you look another way of trying to assassinate its character. And the best way is for you to call a dog a bad name in order to hang it. So if they do that kind of thing to me, I just look at it as one of these politics that we are practicing. Definitely, I am not a violent person. You can never. There are some people in politics even in this state that you can identify with some talks. You can't identify me with any talk. So I don't need any violence to do anything. But let me tell you one thing. The mistake some people made was that I inherited a divided National Union of Transport Workers. And IURW knows how to cause a lot of problems. And they have never in any way, even at the national level, changed their leadership with peace. And that's exactly what was happening when I came in 2007. Don't forget that some people, Tokyo and the rest of them were having their problem before I came in as a governor in 2007. And because Tokyo was not part of me in 2007 when I became a governor, I did not give him any chance to make any trouble here. When the trouble eventually started, and I saw that they were making a lot of noise in Ibadan. And not only in Ibadan, in an isolated area in Ibadan, Olomi and Iwo. They were not passing those places. So I don't know why people can just generalize. And I prescribed them. They were prescribed. And the position stayed until I left the office.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, you as a former police officer, the chief security officer of a state, we are in a situation in Nigeria now that the election has been postponed, basically given and citing reasons of security. Do you think we are going to have this election?
I think we should have the election. If we don't have the election, it's going to be a minus in the international community for us. Then we call ourselves giant of Africa, Pinnacle of Africa, blah blah of Africa. Then we can't manage ourselves. I'm sorry, it's going to tarnish our image. So I think we should do that. We should have election. And if we have to go further, the INEC or the INEC were not ready for that election. They were not ready for that election. Because if they were ready for election, somebody like me wouldn't have gotten my PVC, my permanent voter card. Because I did not get my PVC until last week.
Wow.
So if they were to conduct the election, I would have gone there without my PVC. Not my making. Were they ready? And just yesterday, the guy admitted that he still has, that he was confessing, let me use the word confessing, that he still has about 1 million cars not yet printed. So was he ready? When you talk about security, they don't know what they're talking about. Just of recent, last year, middle of last year, my driver went to what they mean by violence. Violence. We are talking of criminality. My driver went to bank to collect money. Coming back at my gate here, he was shot. He was shot dead. So what are you talking about security? Security is relative. As far as I'm concerned, by the Federal Court of Appeal ruling, the soldiers should not get involved in election. So let soldiers go and block the 14 local governments being controlled by the insurgents. And 14 local governments out of 774 local governments in Nigeria, it means 160. Substantially, we're okay to conduct election.
That's true.
So what is he talking about security? So, the other thing is that unless you want to ask me about the internal security of Nigeria, which I know is caused by over the years, not now. over the years, and we can't run away from that. We have caused it, and we are just we find ourselves in goodness.
Thank you very much, Otumba Alao Akala. Like I said, we are still on the program Leadership 360, and the person who we are interviewing, as you can see, is Otumba Adebayo Alao Akala, the former governor of Oyo State, and who is seeking re-election to be the governor come April 11, 2015. Otumba, now I want to ask you, what is your relationship with Chief Olusegun Obasanjo?
I have a very cordial relationship with Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. And let me admit here that he is my mentor. And there's no way I will not maintain that cordial relationship. So I have a very cordial relationship with Chief Obasanjo and Chief
Oh, that's interesting. Could that be the reason why you left PDP?
No. I left PDP before I left the PDP. Because I would have been the PDP. I don't think he thought of leaving when I left PDP. You see, I'm a free man. I have the constitutional right to associate whoever I want to associate with. So why do I have to be for them? And for God's sake, 65-year-old man, I should know where I belong or where I want to be. Yeah?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Now, we want to ask you this. And it is clear that from the time you are speaking about agriculture, that you are so much passionate about agriculture. Are you a farmer yourself?
Yes, I'm a farmer.
Oh, that's interesting. Otumba Alao Akala is a farmer. In rounding up, sir.
I do integrated farming.
Okay. And you employ a lot of youths?
Oh, a lot of youth and a lot of, not only youth, a lot of people. I employ a lot of people in the farm.
Otumba, there is this question that has been bothering the mind of the people, and that is the fact that Christians should not be involved in politics. Now, immediately after your leaving service as a police officer, you've joined politics. And you've never at one time denounced your faith that you are a Christian, of even a Baptist descent. What would be your advice to people who want to go into politics, especially Christians?
You say we need Christian in politics. Not only Christian. We need anybody that has the fear of God in politics. A lot of things they are not been doing a lot of things with the fear of God. And that's why a lot of things have been going on in politics. So if you say you will leave it to people who do not have the fear of God to be ruling us, then you are making a mistake. So I want to use the opportunity to ask Christians to come into politics. We have plenty of you there, not only Christian, anybody, even the other faiths. So if you just have the fear of God, please come into politics, and that will help us a lot to grow our nascent democracy in this country. Because a lot of people get into the office are just there not for anything other than to make money. But anybody that is there with the fear of God, a good Christian in politics will change a lot of things.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
On the closing note, what would be your parting shot? What would you want to tell the people? What would you want to say? Do you have an advice? I am giving you the floor.
I hope you start talking. I will not say I'm campaigning. You are the one giving floor.
Just make sure you don't campaign.
But any opportunity given to a politician would like to campaign.
Just make sure you don't campaign.
Now that we are even in election mood. But the only thing I want to say is this. I love Oyo State. And I know that Oyo people love me. And I want to say again, if they give the opportunity to do, and as a Christian, I promise that I will make life more abundant for the people of Oyo State. It will be an opportunity again. And that opportunity, I would not like to mess it up. I will use it to rule this state with the fear of God. And everybody will enjoy my government. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. from the man himself, Otumba Adebayo Alao Akala. Next time is another date. Join me on this screen program with another guest. Thank you very much.